Hey folks, it's Maxie here and welcome to a brand new TEW2020 video. You join us today for our all women's event, which previously was our Presence is All Elite, is now AEW The Stars Who Shine. So it's technically the 4th edition of what we're trying to do here. I just want to say, before we start, I'm literally off a full week of having the flu and having COVID, so my voice is still a little bit away with it. But I'd like to imagine by the time this eventually goes live a week later, I'll be back to full fitness. So the show must go on. I want to keep playing the game. I need to book the events. So yeah, you're going to have to deal with my voice being a little bit off and maybe me not sounding as Scottish as usual. But yeah, the build up to the event's been okay. It was obviously centred around Iwatani versus Mercedes Varnado for the Women's Championship. That is our main event. That's what we're going all in with and hoping we can get a good result. I just want to have a quick look back at what we've done previously here. So we had Jade versus Becky last year, which was an 89 in front of 83,000. The year before that we had Demi Bennett defeating Io Shirai for the Women's Championship. That was an 81 for the matchup, and 86 overall, 85,000 in total. And the first time we'd done it back in 2023, an 82 overall, 82,000 in the attendance, and it was Mercedes defeating Thunder Rosa to win the Women's Championship in a 75 rated matchup. So I think the two women in the main event can certainly surpass it. I think the card on a whole was pretty good, and as I say, we'll try and blast through this probably quicker than usual, just because of the nick of my voice at this moment in time, and this is probably going to be the most I've spoke all week. So without further ado, just strap in and get ready. And this is AEW, The Stars Who Shine, number 4. So straight in with a Battle Royal. I just want to clear up a few things. So we're on a very, very big attendance, as you can see, 112,562. It's free. I didn't charge an entry fee. And you're wondering, how are you getting that many people in Daly's place? Well, I felt like, you can invest in your own arena. Let's just make Daly's place as big as we can possibly do. So it's like 148,000. Not quite the capacity that it holds in real life. So a bit of fictionalness added to the event. But it's going to give us that achievement anyway, getting the attendance over 100,000. We had a Battle Royal here for people that couldn't get on the actual card itself. And this Battle Royal included the likes of Abaddon, Arisa Nakajima, Athena, Bianca Ford even, Brandy Lorne, Candy Rose, Chelsea Green, Dakota, Jessica Troy, Kaylee Ray, Kiera Hogan, Kanami, Liviana Morgan, Maki Ito, Mi Suruga, Mayu Yamashita, Nikki Storm, Penelope Ford, Riho, Tai Conti, Toni Storm, Trisha Dora, Utami Hamashita, Vanessa Baroni, and Veronica. Probably need to change Tai Conti to Tai Mello actually. I need to look to do that in this. But anyway, decent matchup. It was Veronica that won the Battle Royal in 12:28. Final members of the Final Four were Misaruga, Toni Storm and Miyu Yamashita, with Misaruga being the final elimination, and Misaruga got the most eliminations. This was a 78 overall, so still pretty solid. Athena off her game, and Nakajima getting a little bit stale. If you're unfamiliar who Veronica is, it's a new gen that came in that has very, very poor technical attributes, but has great psychology and fantastic star power and sex appeal. So we're giving her as many matches as possible on the Carnage brand. She's doing promos constantly with Dwayne The Rock Johnson, and we're just going to see how much we can push her skill set going forward. So pre-show matchup there. She picks up the win in a 78 rated opener. We dive straight into some action. And we had a good matchup here with a decent reaction from the crowd as Io Shirai defeated Veni in 1905 with a moonsault press. So giving them a good bit of time here, but it is the veteran Io Shirai that picks up the win in a 79. I was tempted to go steal the show a wee bit shorter, but I felt like, no, let's give them a bit of time to tell a story, and it is Io who picks up the win. We then move on to a promo backstage, Charlotte with her two proteges. Of course, that is Julia Hart and the ever impressive powerhouse that is Camille, and they say tonight they're just going to take Ruby Soho and they are going to get back to winning ways, and Charlotte going back towards the championship. So that was a 65 rated segment. And the 6-woman tag has not ended up well for Charlotte, as you can see. But we had a decent matchup here. Saraya Knight and her new tag partner Valkyrie and Ruby Soho alongside them defeat Charlotte, Camille and Julia Hart in 10:33 when Valkyrie pinned Julia Hart with a guillotine. Saraya's head and shoulders above everyone else in terms of her ring performance. Charlotte would have took a big hit there because of the broken eardrum, and that is a 61. Because of that, we also made it storytelling match of the day just to try and get some overness over to Valkyrie, but we might be missing Charlotte for a little bit going forward. Thanks, Lance. Next up, with a promo from Jade Cargill, and she says, ever since Alexa Cabrera made it to AEW, she's been nothing but a thorn in the works for Jade Cargill. Well, she says she's fed up, she's tired of this midget, this little person getting in her way, and she's going to decimate her tonight and get back to becoming the AEW Women's Champion. And that was a 79 promo from Jade. That'll happen later on tonight. I forgot I've started doing it now, having promos way before the matches, just to build up a bit of suspense. Next up, our intention to build up the Queen of AEW Championships prestige. So a match up from 2 women on the Carnage brand, and it was about that had good heat and decent wrestling, as Priscilla Kelly defeats Red Velvet in 12:44 by submission with a tilt-a-whirl Dragon Sleeper. 4th defense for Priscilla. Both of them are at a decent level on Carnage, probably maxed out what they can do, but with Yuka moving further forward onto the bigger brands, I feel like these are 2 that can at least elevate the prestige of that belt. And that was a nice 70 rated matchup for the 68 and 64 rated performances respectively. We then had a matchup here which I was really intrigued to see. About that had great wrestling and good heat, and it saw Demi Bennett defeat Becky Quinn in 17:33 with Riptide. 84 here, a bit of a dream match, but I feel like we have to start looking to the future. As much as having the likes of Becky and that on board is great, she's at the wrong side of 30. Demi's coming into her prime, so she's someone we need to start pushing. Just a regular matchup, and these 2 were able to bring us a very good 84, and no psychology penalty, which is good to see. So obviously mentioned about Dwayne and Veronica, so Dwayne obviously is just helping build her up. These have done countless promos, whether it been on Carnage and whether it been at previous events. But Dwayne's also adding a little line. He says, Veronica, you're doing well, winning that Battle Royal. Honestly, everything is just coming up clutch, and have I got an idea for you? In the next couple of weeks, I'm going to bring you a tag team partner, and you and her are going to go and compete for the AEW Women's Tag Team Championship belts, of course held by our champion Mercedes Varnado and her challenger Mayu Iwatani. I'll give it away because it'll probably be a bit of build for this person, but it's Simone. Basically, it's Dwayne's daughter, who we've gotten a permanent exclusive deal from WWE coming in. And I just felt like it makes sense. He's been helping Veronica go over on Carnage. He's building up his own popularity again after was it drugs he was busted for? Was that drugs or prostitutes? He basically was toxic for 3 years. That's why he took a massive hit in popularity, and we went, we'll sign you then. So he just does promos to help people. But 92, that's pretty solid. That'll be our best promo of the night. We just need to make sure the matches are good, and the boosts will obviously give it a help as well. We finally had that match up between Alexa and Jade, and it was with fantastic heat and good wrestling. Jade finally gets the win over Alexa in 14:15 with the Jaded, thanks to interference for her manager, Stokely Hathaway. So 82, pretty good stuff there from the 2 of them. No psychology penalty, which is good to see. Bit of a tainted finish. Only negative was Jade Cargill's inconsistency. We then had the promo from the former tag champs. They just say they're going to prove tonight they are still the best tag team in AEW. And they say it's cute, let them have a little moment tonight in the main event. Because once it's said and done, they know there's going to be frictions between the 2 of them. And Britt Baker and Anna Jay will take over and take advantage of that and win the World Tag Team Championships back. But 86, these 2 are at least very good, at least on a mic perspective, which is good. And they took on the former Tag Team Champions before them, Kana and Takuma Aroha, who they had never lost to. But about here we had great wrestling and a good heat, and Kana and Takuma get the win, get the revenge in 1734 when Kana pinned Britt Baker with a Billiken. Disappointing it was only an 80, given the 98 and 87 performances for the baby faces here. Of course, they have excellent chemistry together. Anna Jay with 77 and Britt Baker with 81 is still something we shouldn't particularly frown upon, but very good. As I say, it's always a good sign when you're getting an 80 and you're disappointed. I think that's one thing to look at it, especially within our women's division, which is really, really kicking on. A little backstage segment here, so it was just basically Charlie Evans, who we've managed to bring up from TDF, the Dark Factory, and just basically saying, come on Eddie, you know how crazy I am, you know how mental I am. Shouldn't we go for a run at the tag belts against Kana and QT Marshall? And Eddie's just like, I don't want anything to do with you, man. You know what I mean? Because you know how dangerous I get. I mean, I know you can get dangerous yourself, but I'm on a completely different level here. Prove yourself, kid, and we'll see what happens. So, basically, we'll give Charlie like a couple matches in the next couple of months, and then maybe we can have that as an intergender hardcore tag team. But 56 nonetheless. Okay, this one has certainly over surpassed expectations. We had Jamie Hayter and Elena Black have been feuding for the Shine Championship. I wanted to give Yuka a good opportunity here, and Dionna's always going to be a fantastic hand to put in these kind of matches. And it was a good matchup. Jamie Hayter defeats Yuka Sakazaki, Elena Black and Diona Purrazzo in 1725 when Jamie Hayter pinned Elena Black with the curb stomp. It gives her first defence of the Shine Championship, which will help its prestige, and a very, very good 86 performance. But look at that, Yuka right in there with 88. You could generally put her in there with Mercedes, with Mayu, with Io, with Kairi, and she would have a fantastic matchup. So 86, delighted with that. And no penalty again for psychology. Pleasing. And then we get one in the match. I didn't think we'd get one, so I should luck with some of the roles, but I decided to go with a TBS Championship opportunity for Bayley, or in this case Bayley Rose. She challenged Kairi Hojo, who's had the belt for over 235 days, and here we had a superb wrestling match with good heat, as Bayley defeated Kairi in 14:46 with the Bayley to Belly. New champ and an 82 overall. And 91 played an 82 in terms of the in-ring performance, psychology knock. I think we're maybe looking at an 84 and 85 there. We did try and make this match steal the show. I think we're main event bound. First we get the beatdown. Bayley decides, I just want to kick your ass as well. I've took your belt and I'm just going to beat you down even more. 87. Getting more of the heat onto Bayley. I'm nervous. It's two baby faces, so it is going to drop some points, but I'm hoping they can put on a banger here. But first we do the intro. In the ring, Mercedes says that she's money. As we've heard that, if anybody's seen that clip on Twitter where it's just money, but it's, oh no, that's going to annoy me now. There was somebody who just keeps saying money, and I kind of meant, oh, that's a TV show that I watch as well. Bye. Get away with it. There we go. Exceptional. Mayu Iwatani defeats Mercedes Varnado in 28-23 with a Dragon Suplex to become your new AEW Women's World Champion. Now, if you've been away for the last couple of videos, this has been built up for the last couple of shows. In truth, it's probably been built up since last May in the save when Mayu was on the road to becoming the winner of the female loan before we could no longer agree loans with Stardom, and she ran out of appearances, so I couldn't get in for the finals. So it's been brewing for that long, but she's here. She brings an 93, Mercedes brings an 88, 88 for the matchup, and you're going to get the penalty for two baby faces, which makes you think that probably could have broke the 90s. So delighted with that. And you know this programme is far, far, far from done. And after it, Mayu then is getting attacked by Britt and Anna, who want to get their comeuppance, they want to get their advantage, but Mercedes makes the save. So champion and former champion and new champion stand tall, and Britt and Anna Jay are on the outside, licking their wounds, going, right, regroup, we'll get them next time. So overall, our full women's only event, 95, increased their popularity in 21 regions, and 112,562. So overall, I'll probably still get the lack of star names, but in reality, this performed. This done everything it needed to do. It ticked the boxes for me to get the attendance thing, which I think I'm probably still going to do in the David versus Goliath show next. But the rating was good, the main event delivered, and that's not even my 100 promo either. So that's pretty encouraging that the women are more than capable of, well, absolutely more than capable of having their own show. But the reality is, if you've got that many women, I feel like some people just get left in the dark if we didn't have 3 different rosters, or 4 if you had an Impact. So injury is going to see Charlotte out for a month, which might not be for the worst, because then it gives us a chance to utilise Camille and Julia for a month. I think I'll say that directly affects us as we just renew a contract for Emile. That'll be her going back to Impact. And you'll go there, and you can get your 75 done, Elena. There we go, perfect. So a couple of developmental deals I'll need to tackle. Couture will need to move to probably the TDF, I believe, to Impact. One offence to Impact, like I'm enjoying booking it, but I feel like I'm just missing out with a lot of people's development because I'm booking certain people. Lance Storm says Konami's going to be a star with a 35.57 viewing of the show, and nobody bought it in pay-per-view because why would you? Charlotte's injured, and as I say, the lack of big names, but the reality is that covered everything we needed to cover. Basically, we have, as I say, far surpassed the best show and best attendance. Free for all series, well, it's called free for all, so we kind of need to make it back-to-back shows that are free. But to be honest and truthfully, money's not an option in this mod at all, so we're absolutely fine. As I say, it's just basically sandbox, book what you want, effectively. So it was pretty good. I enjoyed that. I felt like it was a big success. I do feel, in general, I don't have that many big names. Because I've been trying to put other people over, we don't have that many people that are over 90 over. So we actually suffer every show with lack of big names. But a lot of that is me adapting promises and saying, right, this person can put this person over, this person is PopCap, but it would still be cool to try them. Hi Jungle Boy and Walter. So I'm hoping we are going to start seeing some people that will go to that kind of 90s, 93, 94, 95, even higher if we can, if they aren't capped, and really push for, as I say, 100 rated matches. One day I'll get one. I hope. We should definitely get a couple of shows. As I say, it's a shame everything gets set back to the start again because of the new PC, but it gives us a fresh outlook and we know what works now and what doesn't. God, we've been playing this save since 2021, I think. I'm still enjoying it. Anyway, thanks for watching, much appreciated. Thanks for taking the time out to watch my ill voice, or listen to my ill voice and watch what we've got to book here. As always, check out the Fantasy Booker subreddit, the Grey Dog software forums, Be the Booker, etc. Search hashtag TEW2020 on Twitter as well. There's such a community that people maybe don't are aware exists. And of course, if it interests you as well, check out the likes of Pro Wrestling Sim. And even the Fantasy Booker subreddit, like, gives like a list like all these different games that folk can play. If I had more time, I'd be willing about more of them than I really am. But that's it. You only get so much time in life, and that's how you make use of it. So I'll stop blathering on. Cheers for watching, and I'll see you soon. Bye bye.